Good morning, everybody. If I sound weird, it's because I just woke up. I don't have a cold this time. Um, so I'm going to start this one off. You guys have seen me do this before, but it's been a while since I've shown you how I do the watercolor part. I just sponged on a layer of black paint just to the top of my stone with a sponge, and I'm going to use some vivid colors from Iuilewatercolours. I will put a link in the description for all of her beautiful stuff. Any of your artwork will benefit from using this stuff. So I'm starting off with just using a watercolor paintbrush, but I don't fill it with water. Normally you can open it up and put water in it, and the water just kind of seeps out slowly, and it's great for doing specific watercolor painting, but not for rocks, because rocks are shaped and the water moves. You have to go quickly, and you don't want to use too much water. So I just dip the brush in water, fresh water, and onto the watercolor, and I let the watercolor kind of relax and start moving, and then I can use it on the stone. So I'm going to do a variety of different colors, just like a rainbow of colors. I started with blue on the very outside. I have like a greenish color, like a teal. I'm putting some pinks and purples and probably a little bit of gold or a yellowish color. You're going to see all of that happen as we go along, and then I'm going to let it dry. We're going to let those sparkles dance until they're dry, and that really helps it set on the black paint. I find that when I use art resin, the process that I'm doing right now, I find the paint doesn't run after it's dried, and after I put the resin on, the paint does not travel anywhere. So the design I'm putting on here will actually be the same. A lot of people have asked, like, doesn't it move the watercolor? Doesn't it, like, blend everything together? And no, I have never had that problem, and I don't know if it's because I'm putting it on top of the matte black paint, letting it dry, or if it's because I'm using art resin. I'm not really sure. I'm sure if you were to spray it with something, it might have a different outcome. It might move things around a little bit. But I just soap it on. Like, I just use gloved hands and rub the resin all over so that the whole surface is covered, and then I let it dry in a container, usually overnight. At least 10 to 12 hours before you put your hands on it, or else you may leave your fingerprints everywhere. So I went back to the center with some purple and blue. I will let this dry. I will resin it and seal it, and then we are going to paint on it. So clearly this is dry. This is after we have resined. It looks absolutely stunning, and notice none of the watercolor moved around. It's still the way I had it, so that's a bonus. There's a lot of depth in there. I like to use bumpy stones when I use watercolor, because it just kind of settles in all the little nooks and crannies nicely, and it gives a nice background. So if you have any bumpy rocks that you want to smooth out to make them easier to paint on, this is what you do. Now I'm going to start with gold. I didn't use gold in my last mandala that I created, so I'm kind of like worried about my gold being jealous, and I have to use it. So while I'm sketching on the design that I'm putting on here, I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Once again, I just want to remind you that I am just painting because I need to, because I love to. It's therapeutic. And I'm going through a bit of a traumatic time with my beautiful boys, my children, and I need to earn some money. And if you've been around, you know exactly what's going on in my life. And if you have not, welcome. This is a safe space. Sometimes I talk about my life. Sometimes I just talk about the rock. But I plan on talking more about my life and do kind of like a little story time while I'm painting. So that's my plan. That's when you will see more videos. You might see rocks with things that you've seen before and you don't really need to learn how to paint them. But you might just want to be around for the story. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do plan on making a lot more videos though. So I have sketched this on, and while I'm filling it in with black, you'll be able to see it a lot better once it's black and gold. And then you'll be able to kind of adjust the shape of the one that you want to do, if you want to do one. I'm using a paintbrush, a fine lining brush. I have a tutorial for it. And I'm using sponges to fill in a nice even layer of black. Once it's dry, wait till it's dry, then you will see shiny comes through. Wherever you have to do a second coat, you will see the shine come through it, or the watercolor. So just let it dry and see where you need to add more, because you want it to be completely covered. You can also get rid of what you don't like with Q-tips and water. Wet cloth if you've screwed up the entire thing. But this comes off now, and we can do it as many times as we want. And the background's going to stay beautiful. So this is another nice thing about resining first before painting. I don't do this with all of it, of course, just my super bumpy rocks, and the ones that I want to have a really nice background like this. That's all. But I used to take my bumpy rocks back to the beach or back to the shorelines or wherever I found it, just simply because it was too bumpy for me to paint on. I needed a smooth stone. Now I don't even worry about that because I just use leftover resin to cover the bumpy ones and make them smooth. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody from my last video, the comment section. I've read many times over and over, crying my eyes out. I've read a lot of your comments to my son, Jackson, and I just want to say thank you for all of your support. You've always been supportive, and I've had some pretty traumatic times, and you've sat through it, and you've listened to me cry, and you've listened to the pain, and you've given me prayers, and you've lifted me up. So I just want to say thank you all to your beautiful comments. I tried to read them all, but sometimes I get them and I don't even see the comments come in. And then later on I'll see them and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't see this. So I'm sorry if I haven't seen your comment. I'm sure I will. I'm thanking you all right now, just in case the thank yous don't come across on YouTube on the comment section. So I appreciate every single one of you. A lot of you know exactly how I feel. A lot of you gave me some beautiful advice that I will definitely take with me. Just pause for 1 second. I'm scratching off an area that I didn't like. That's how easy it is. So if you make a mistake, you can take a little dotting tool and just kind of, nope, you're gone. You're out of here. But yeah, there's a lot of you that understand my situation and have known for a couple of years now what we've been dealing with. So for those of you who don't know, my husband passed away. It's my husband because we haven't divorced. We are legally separated since 2024. Very traumatic ending to my marriage. Did not want to leave my marriage. Loved my husband very much. But we had no choice. And he's now passed away, and we grieved him a certain way when we left. And that was really hard. And it's still been really tough. But now we're grieving in a whole different way. So all the maybe he will come around, maybe he will get better, maybe things will get better, maybe he will come to that next soccer game. You know, we always had the wishful thinking. the benefit of the doubt, like things are going to get better. Everything's okay. So it's a different grieving now. Now there's definitely a different shock to the system. But we are all in therapy. We have each other, and it's going to be a very long road, let's just say. But like I told Jackson, life unfortunately just kind of continues on around us. And that's really tough sometimes. We're in the grocery store and we're broken. People at the grocery store don't understand. They don't care. They want us to move out of their way so they can get to their beef. So I've spent a lot of time talking to Jackson. And I think it helps. I think if you communicate with your kids regularly, you actually know your child, you know what's going on in their life, and you're there for them. That's really all that matters. I'm not rich. I can't get him all the things I want to get him. I can't take him on a trip. I can't go on vacations. There's lots of things I can't do. But he knows the rock solid mama. And we're very strong. Same with Landon. So we're going to be just fine as long as we have each other and we keep going. So if I sound sad, there is a reason. The whole world is just sad. So much going on. Did you see what I did there with those dots? Slow it down if you need to. I started with lavender, and then I went in with some Cayman blue, and I made some cool little strands that come down in that light blue. They're going to kind of diminish a little bit because now I'm putting some peacock blue in there, and I'm filling in the rest of that space. But you'll still be able to somewhat see the design I was going for. So I'm going to continue talking and fill those in. I was so confused on which type of colors I should pick for this flower because of the background. But you can plan it out so that your flower matches the background in some way. I just thought the blue would stand out nicely. The blue and purple. And we can do whatever kind of shape of flower, whatever color, whatever design. We can do whatever we want because we're the artist. So it doesn't have to be a realistic flower. You don't have to paint realistic things that people can recognize. Who cares? When we're done this, you're going to know it's a flower. That's all that matters. So don't stress yourself out and don't put too much pressure on yourself. That's the most important thing. Just have fun. So we're almost filled in. I am going to be getting out the chrome simply because I wanted that contrast between the metallic watercolor and the dotted flower, and now I need something fancy for the leaves. You definitely don't have to do this, but I'm going to because I think it's pretty, and these things make other people happy when they get them from my shop. So this will be going in my shop probably today, along with a beautiful one that I will show you at the end of this video. And the one from the last tutorial will also be going in. So this process is using nail polish, gel nail polish, that you cure under a UV light. And you can get all of this stuff usually for all of it under $40 or so on Amazon if you can afford it. The light is like 13. The chrome powders are like 13 or so, maybe even less, depending on what colors. And the gel itself is pretty cheap as well. So I'd say probably under $40 Canadian. You can get all the fixins that you need to do this. So I'm using like a goldish green for these little leaves. I'm also going to use a color shifting purplish, bluish, pinkish. It really shifts. So there's multiple colors in there. And I'm going to use a green. So the bigger leaves are going to be a chrome green. And these leaves that I'm currently doing are going to be the shifty purplish, pinkish, whatever. It shifts to all. It looks blue right now, but when you turn it in a different light, it's like a bright, like magenta. It's gorgeous. You're gonna see that after. So the process is black paint first. Always make sure you start with a black base coat of matte black paint. Then you put the gel on like I'm doing right now. I usually blob a little bit on and then I maneuver it around using a dotting tool. Then you didn't see this part. I cured it under a lamp. I cure it for about 120 seconds, sometimes a little bit longer. And then you put the chrome powder on. You can even use your finger. As long as your finger is not too like moist, as long as your finger is dry, you can just use your finger for the powder. Or you can use a little makeup sponge. And so I cured every little one of these leaves after putting this stuff on. You have to cure it. Don't touch that with your fingers. Use gloves. I'm not using gloves because I am invincible. That's a joke. I'm actually allergic to this stuff, and I've learned to be very, very careful, very, very aware if it touches my skin now, because it's been very traumatizing. I should be wearing gloves, and so should you. So yeah, I'm putting green on these ones. You can see the lighting on my camera is awful, or maybe it's just the lighting where I'm at my desk. It just doesn't look as colorful as what it does in real life. I'm hoping I'll be able to show you. See, look at it. If you turn a little bit, you can see some of that color, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to resin this again. I'm going to put a little stone in the center. Just a little Swarovski crystal while it's midway drying with resin on it. And it'll be completed pretty much. But first, I'm going to add a couple of dots. Just bigger ones, just kind of like little sprigs of dots. It's part of the foliage on the stone. I'm starting with black. I'm gonna let the black dry, and then I'm gonna go back in with smaller dots in gold. So there's the gold. We've waited for our black to dry, because if you don't, it's just gonna move around. It's not gonna make dots. It's gonna marble some of your black into your gold. So wait till it's dry. And then it just kind of gives it a little more pizzazz. I think it looks fantastic. You don't have to do the chrome by all means. You can do whatever you want. But let me resin this, and I'll be right back. Well, welcome to What's at My Desk. Haven't done this in a little while. And there's not much at my desk. I love making peace sign stones, yin-yangs, peace signs, flowers. These are my jam. This one has a lot of color shifting going on. I wish you could see. That one's going in my shop. This one's going in my shop. That's the kaleidoscope mandala from last time. And the star of the show, of course. I'm going to try and show you it in all of its lights. Because this light doesn't look very colorful, but then we take that light away and we have too much gloss. It's so shiny, but it looks fabulous. Let's give it some natural light, open up the curtains at my desk, and see if that helps even, because I just cannot get a picture or a video with the actual color that I can see in my hand. So it's stunning, absolutely stunning. Well, guys, thanks again for coming back to my channel. I have another video that I can put out in a couple of days, but tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm going to celebrate that with my kiddos and relax, because I go back to work on Monday. I hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hype if you can. Like it if you do. And make sure you're still subscribed. I will see you very, very soon. I love you guys.